Going to do a real quick overview of home security video cameras and DVRs. Kind of teach you what I learned and what I didn't know, and what to know before you buy. So, the first thing you want to always look at is cost. How much are you willing to purchase and pay for? Understand this isn't going to prevent crime, but how much are you willing to spend budget-wise on a security camera system for your house? So, two main websites I've always looked at is Costco.com. Only have one or two available right now, and CompUSA. CompUSA typically has quite a few options. You can see they range from $3.99 to $6.99 with a monitor. The ones that don't have monitors, you can usually plug in one of your old monitors from around the house. Some are RGB. I know mine's RGB, which is an old type connection. So if you have an old one laying around your house, that might be the best way to go. Look at CompUSA's website, $329, $349, $599. I'll get to the differences in just a moment of why you would see difference in cost. How easy are they to install? First of all, you can always go professional route and do that, or you can do it do yourself. This is really kind of catered to do it yourself, but even if you're going to buy from a professional provider, this is pertinent. So, first question you want to ask yourself is how many cameras do you need? Here's one with 4 cameras. Here's one with 8. $20 difference. And it definitely is going to be a difference in quality. We just got to kind of figure out where that quality is. So, most basic systems are 4. 8 can seem like pretty excessive, but it really kind of depends on what you need. Do you want to monitor your front door, your driveway, your backyard, the side of your yard? Really kind of have to sit down and figure out how much you want to observe your property. Next is wired or wireless. Wireless, you have to understand that you're going to have to, if you buy one of these wireless systems, you're going to have electricity to each unit. So each one of these is going to have a power supply, meaning that an actual physical plug. If you go wired, the cameras just have one of these BNC connections. I believe it's a British network connection. I'm not positive, but BNC, and it's just one cable that plugs it from the camera all the way through your house into the DVR. So one wire and a power runs next to each other the whole way through your house, and it would go into your DVR. And right next to your DVR, you would have a power adapter that it would plug into. But if you do the wired ones, from everything I've read, you have to have an actual physical outlet. So this would be a little bit more difficult for wireless. What type of resolution do you want? Just like you have your old style standard definition TVs, where they're 480 as DVD quality picture. You have HD 720 and you have HD 1080. Cameras also have a resolution to it. And if I scroll down here, I don't see one here. Let's see if this one has it. Okay, 420, camera resolution 420. This is almost DVD quality. So this is considered good. 300 range is bare bones, bare minimum type of quality. So 420 is good. Anything above that is considered very good. If it's 720, it's HD. Very rare. I don't think I've seen a 721 yet. Even though professional companies will tell you HD quality, I haven't still seen one 720 yet. I'm sure they're out there for thousands of thousands, but I still haven't seen it for do-it-yourself. So I would at least look for one that has camera resolution 420. If you see one that doesn't tell you camera resolution, be very wary of that system. So, what type of night vision capability? So some of them will say right up front 60 feet. That's great. They didn't used to say that. 60 feet. So 60 feet says here infrared range, and basically on the front of every camera that has night vision on it, if it'll let me make a big picture here, these little white things here, that's infrared. So at nighttime they slightly glow red, but they put out a light that we can't see with our eyes, but the camera can pick up, and that's how you see it with the night vision. So how much night vision do you need? Basic minimum usually come with 30 feet, so 60 feet would be above average. So for many homes here in Cypress Lakes, that's probably to the road, or pretty close to it. But always check out that in advance. You can also go to eBay, and if you buy a system, for example, I happen to like QC systems. You put QC camera, I can go to this one here. This happens to be pretty similar to one I have, 600 lines. So pretty good quality, and 120 feet of night vision. Another thing to remember, to keep in mind too, is how much noise will be in it. It says 1/3 of an inch, but what does that really mean, right? Well, it's talking about the sensor. Just like a digital SLR camera, the sensor is a certain size, so 1/4 of an inch is a lesser quality than 1/3 of an inch. So the bigger the sensor, the less noise there will be, the better quality. So what's next? How wide or tight do you need the cameras to be? So like this system here doesn't tell you really anything about the cameras whatsoever as far as quality or type of lenses. Let's see if I can find one here that says it. So if you get a system here that says, okay, it comes with, I'm just going to pick this one, 4 cameras. Great. But if they're all 4 exactly the same, that's not necessarily a great thing. And you'll see this one here says 8 channels, but it comes with 4 cameras. That's cool because you can expand on. So if you need 6 but not 8, you can add 2 cameras. So how many channels the DVR has is also of importance. Really not seeing really what I'm looking for. And what I'm looking for is a lot of these cameras are wider or tighter, meaning that it will look more zoomed in versus ones that will be a wider zoom. Say you want one by your front door, well, you don't need it to be zoomed in very far. You want to be very wide to get as much as you can, and that's usually rated in millimeters. And I don't really see it unless I'm missing it. Focal length, 4.3 millimeters. Pretty wide. So this would be a pretty wide lens. You get to see a lot. So that's one thing to keep in mind too. If you're looking to add a camera, specifically for your front door where you want it wide, that might be a good thing to consider. Do you want to record audio? Some of these record audio and some of them are just video. So you want to go through the descriptions here and see what it does. Most people, audio doesn't really make a difference, and some it does. How much do you want to record? How much record time? So this one has a 500 gigabyte hard drive. So for 4 cameras, that's probably on average going to be a month or so. It really depends on the quality of how many lines it's recording, how much resolution, and if it's recording audio. But if you add 8 to it, it's going to be cut in half. So this one only has 4 channels, so you can pretty sure that it's going to be 30 days at most. But if you get one of the systems that have 8 channels, you're going to end up using that much more quickly. I think this one here had 8 channels. Yeah, 8 channels. So 500 gigabytes is considered a lot. I maybe seen 1 terabyte once, so 500 gigs pretty much standard at this point. 300 gig will probably do you fine as well. And how do you want to monitor them? A lot of them you can monitor right from the DVR itself. You can put a monitor right on it, or some come with it. But what's coming more and more popular is being able to view it on the run, either through a computer, access to the internet, or an iPhone, or an Android phone, or an iPad. And so, for example, here's a connection to connect to your router, and here's for your monitor. So you have the ability to most of these. See, this one here says iPad, Windows 7, over tablets, over phone. So That's something too. If you want to be able to monitor it, for example, me, if I want to see if a package has been dropped off by UPS, I can real quick just log onto my phone, view it, and tell if a package is there. And if so, maybe I want to get home a little bit quicker than normal. So, pretty cool uses. Just want to give you a quick overview. If you have any questions, just put a message here on the Facebook, and I'll try to get back to you. But that's pretty much the basics. Running the wires can be a pain. You might want to hire someone to do that, but that's really up to you if you want to go into the attic and drill a couple holes and run the wires. I had Bright House guy, when he was here, run the wires for me. Pay him like $50, and they're pretty happy campers. So if you have any questions, let me know.